Now for Yazoo City, Mississippi, where a 14-year-old Kelly Abels is practicing for a very unusual race, a mud derby.
The way the Yazoo Mud Derby got started was a bunch of farmers sitting around on a rainy day where they couldn't work, saying my Bronco outrun yours, and my truck outrun yours through the woods and different things. And finally one day, they just got together and started racing. Down here is nothing but mud. That's what mostly keeps us back. You gotta have a four-wheel drive to hunt or fish or mostly anything. Jeep is good for getting around in the woods and the swamp.
Might pull us out.
Me and Keith were out in the woods one evening, checking it out, making sure everything was running right, and the transmission messed up on us. And it was about 3 days before the race, and we had to work on it all day that Saturday, and we finally got it ready late that Saturday evening.
All right, now come on. Okay, let's try it. Okay, I think that'll do it.
Mississippi mud is rough, that's all I got to say. It's called gumbo mud, and it's just real tacky. Stick to your tires, makes your tire look 10 miles wide. Yazoo City really had the first mud derby race with four-wheel drive running in nothing but mud. Well, it's 4 different classes. You have your 4-cylinder stock class. That was what I was running in. I had some pretty steep competition. Buddy Cotton, he was running a Jeep just like mine.
2 laps when you get on the track. You'll make 1 lap, come back, make another lap, pull off right down here, turn and go down around the track and come back into the pit area.
What about in the elimination, how many laps?
Elimination, I think 1 lap will do.
1 lap, top lap. 1 lap.
Well, the gumbo, it's sticky, and the more you walk, the taller you get, because it sticks to your shoes, and you just keep getting taller and taller and taller and taller. Before the race, Keith and I walked the track to see how the track was, where the ruts in the water was, where the places where we needed to go and not to go. And while you're racing, all you got to do is you got to just stand on it, put it to the floor, and know when to shift the gears right. You need to keep your tires spinning and a little bit of water if you can, because if your tires ever slick over and get mud in them, you ain't no water or nothing nowhere. You just as well caught yourself stuck.
Hey, what kind of tires that?
They're 1435 15s. They're special tires for running in this mud. They're gumbo tires.
Me and Keith were, as soon as we got there, we was walking around through the pits, and they have a bunch of weird vehicles with big tires and the carburation and the intake and headers, and they got all these different things on it, souping it up. And
how do you get that fit in there? Will it fit good now?
Well, you just cut a hole and drop it in there.
That's true. How'd y'all run that through the hood?
Just come straight out of the carburetor with ducking.
Yeah.
Run it into the cab. We hope it works.
We had about 9,000 people come to this particular race, and they sit up on the levee up high so they can watch the race. was running the oldest vehicle out there racing. I was running a 49 model Jeep. I left them all on the line, and I was leading for about a half a lap. I didn't have no windshield. I didn't have no cab. I didn't have nothing. The water would just constantly hit me in my face. I'd try to breathe, and I'd start choking. I'd stand up in the seat trying to get away from the water to see where I was going. I led for it was a 2-lap race, and I led for a lap. I was just rocking back and forth. I was trying to get it to go faster. It didn't help none, though. When I went to downshift to first gear, when the mud got too bad, I couldn't pull it in second. I don't know what happened. I just messed up, and I couldn't get to going first. I had to stop and put in first. That's what caused me to race.
Finishing time for the 4-cylinder special class were number 76, Kelly Abels, 345.3, and Billy Vanderbilt, 438.2.
Well, I took third place in my class, and I don't think that's too bad considering I was the youngest one out there, 14 years old, and the rest of them were grown men running against me, and this is my first race, and considering I run the oldest model vehicle out there, a 49 model Jeep. Well, I got a lot of work to do on it. I got some body work and different things on the motor, and I'll be back next September, though.